Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session live stream. This is Franco with Trading Futures Live, and we will be taking trades together here. If you didn't watch my live pre-market analysis, I encourage you to watch it. I was paying attention to the dollar, the VIX, crude oil is a very key chart today, and let's jump right into it. Now I have this supply from yesterday, 501 to 511. It's very narrow, but it coincides with all these pivots here. So I want to pay attention to this. All these pivots, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is overnight, but regardless, we have the breakout from here. We came midnight, and then we just tapped it. Like we went to 499. That's the high. That's the pre-market high. The market is about to open in 10 seconds. Yesterday, a very frustrating day for me. I was good in the direction for the pre-market. I was right on the analysis, but I took a loser, and I'm sorry, I took a break-even and then a loser. That's not a healthy combination for my psychology. So I decided to cut it off. All right, so we are off, and then let's go to the internals to see how they opened. Now the market is gapping up. NQ is gapping up almost 1%. And if I want to make a bullish case, I think RTY is the one more bullish. Not only on the daily chart, but I think here in this, well, no, the NQ is the one that is more bullish. ES and YM didn't come to yesterday's rejection. Feel free to type in the chart if you have any question or suggestion. All right, let's pull up the dollar chart. All right, I was on the pre-market. I thought this pivot at the Forex market open was very key. And I said, all right, if we come here and we test this pivot and it start to go sideways, we might have some bearish case on the dollar. But if not, then we have a very bullish case on the dollar. So next stop for me is 109.16, right? Which is the supply that I have drawn from here. I do think we still have a lot of upside on the dollar, and that means bearishness on the equity markets. Bearishness on the equity markets. ADQD opened up on the positive side. Tick chart as well. Tick chart is testing zero line right now. I do have some pre-market support right here. So this is a pre-market support. I like the fact that it's this pivot and this pivots are right here. Dollar keeps going up. $410 to 84. 410 to 84. 410 to 84. $410 to 84. Let's see how much risk is this. $96 is around $300. 96 to 81. So tick chart is holding a zero line, so that's a positive sign. Thank you. Now I'm biased towards neutral, right? I'm not gonna catch this falling knife here. 2 more minutes to go on the 7 minutes. And I want to say volume is a lot lower today, but a lot lower. Oh no, not yet, not yet. So we don't have the assessment right now. So the pre-market, I want to say 2 more minutes for this, and if in the next 7 minutes this comes back down here and then go back up, I might take this to the upside. Tick chart just broke the zero line in a solid manner. ADQD just going down, but in a positive side of the chart. So the pre-market support is holding. 1 more minute for the 7 minute. Ideally, I would want this to close bullish, and then if a rejection comes back down, then I will take it. But if this one closes neutral, I will be leaning to just skip this trade. Now tick chart now is rejecting the zero line to the downside, but it hasn't created any lower low, sorry. Let's check on the dollar. The dollar is stalling. Is stalling where the move down started at 8:30. All right, so we had the come back on the 7-minute, and then we have a rejection on the tick chart. I would like to see a comeback down. Huge rejection. Now, if we have, let's transfer this to my 500 share bar. If you see here, if the 3-minute can't fill me in, that would be ideal, but I have this week creating a lot of pressure, and it's this pivot actually. But for me, I know the real demand is the pre-market support. I think that's the real demand. That's why I don't want to get caught in rejections here, right? But if this was formed independently from the pre-market, I would say yes, I would take this pivot. Sorry, let me transfer here. 3-minute is certainly bullish. So I want to see some sign of reversal before I attempt to take a trade here. Jackie. And the most important for me is the 7-minute. I think the 7-minute is a brutal chart to trade from. I do like it. I do like the patterns that it creates. There we go. So we have a break here. We are not creating any high. We are not creating any high. How much is this risk, by the way? Let's say 13. Oh, it's fairly low. It's fairly low. So I might have some. The tick chart is coming to the 0 line. Let me see if I can have a bullish here. All right, so the 3-minute is starting to show a sign of reversal, but this pivot here is holding quite nicely the overnight. But if we don't have follow through, I might put a short here. The area is right there. It's a solid area. But if we don't have a follow through, I might take a short. Can you guys hear me well? There we go. So the supply held. Let's see if I have some sort of retest in a signal right here. So the 3-minute chart is showing some signs of trend change. Buyers are aggressively trying to step into this market. There's no rush. If I want to have a 3, a 4, or 5 hour trade, you need to think it and rethink it, have a system, and then execute. I I didn't put this trade because the tick chart was aligned, like, and I'll show you 948 and 952 were two highs created on the tick chart, so I might have put a short right there. I hesitated because of the ADQD. And I think the dollar might come down today. All right, it looks like this supply might be violated. Tick chart is on the lows. Let's see if we have this rejection to the upside, or if we just have a continuation to the downside of the 3 minute right here. Now the 3 minute is showing some bearishness here, like a topping pattern. The 7 minute is still a solid chart to the upside. We haven't broken completely the supply. We just we tapped the high end of it, and then we are rejecting to the downside. Bridge, good. Yeah, because it's gonna move, and it's gonna, if you're aggressive moving your stop, you might get stopped out because it's moving very choppy right now. So the supply actually held. That's gonna be a missed trade because I did have the tick giving me the signal though. Now the tick chart completely shifted to the downside, and now we have a extreme. What the dollar doing? The dollar is continuing its trend to the upside. Cojones. Not always cojones. It's just executing whatever you have on your plan, right? For me, it's a missed trade. I did have this with the anticipation, and tick chart gave me the signal actually. I was ready to execute, but never came back. Like it didn't come back in a solid manner. Right now is in the middle of the chart. There's a no trade for me around here. I don't have some bullish like not indicators, but internals. ADQD is still bullish, but tick chart is certainly not. Tick chart start to show some weakness. Now I do have Do you guys don't hear me when I am in this thing? All right, now I got it. I got it. So the mix here. Oh, there we go. Oh, thanks, Rich, for the feedback. That happened to me yesterday too. Now I am in this chart again. Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't you. It was me. Um, I had the same problem yesterday. I was talking to myself. I was saying like in the same way I do have this area, right? But I'm not gonna take this trade just a limit order because um, I know for a fact that the area that is causing the rejection is the 501. Now my risk is very narrow. Um, my risk is very narrow, and I don't want to, yeah, extend my risk. I just want here and get my risk and reward ratio, right? Like in the same way I did this here, this pivot, I did have the pre-market. So I said, all right, this thing is a pivot that is going to create some pressure to the upside. But actually, I didn't want to take it because I know for a fact that the area creating the movement is the 410, right? And now we are in this range, very narrow range, 80 points for the NQ. That's very small. Lee, do you hear me? I think sound must be working. No sound? All right, if I go to, if you guys hear me now, right? You guys hear me now? All right, I think it's when I go to the 500. Let's go to the 500. Now you hear me? Do you hear me now? Okay, cool. Nice. All right, so sounds is good. Oh, Lee, you say no sound? Beto, can you check if in this screen, when I have the 500 share bar, does the sound work? Yeah, no, it's working, Lee. It is. It is working. All right. It. All right, let's go check on the dollar. Dollar is stalling, but the market is dropping. That's not a good sign for the market. That's not a good sign for the market. I'll tell you. The dollar is stalling and the market is dropping. That means probably more downside. Now, I was, and I still am, biased to the sideways today. We did have a nice run on Friday, sideways Monday and Tuesday. We can get up to 3 to 5 to 7 days of sideways movement depending on the catalyst, right? We do have a jobs report coming out on Friday. That could be a catalyst for the market to move to either way. think I want to change this color. Yeah. So market is just holding the overnight range. This pivot is certainly creating a lot of buying pressure right here on the blue line. This pivot. This is a classic break and retest. I did not take this one because of the risk and reward ratio. And also I know for a fact that the 410 was the one creating all this area. But here's a very bullish pattern. Like you have a higher low, right? And this pivot here changing the overall trend, right? This is a classic break and retest. It's pretty good though. Now, what happened to the 486, right? If I want to take the 486 where my bracket order is set, I would say, and now that this is tested, I could even go lower. So my risk and reward ratio got a lot better. I would say like around here. There you go. Actually, all right, now, fine. What I need to do here is just wait for the price to come up. Tick chart give me, all right, so now the ADQD, I want to show you the ADQD, like, give me 1 second. I need to get even more organized with these screens though. All right, so all right, so there you go. Now the ADQD is showing some signs of weakness here. Now we're still in the positive side of the chart. Now, tick chart certainly not making new highs and making new lows. So we have a bearish case right now. Even if price goes back up, let me move this thing so you guys can see it. You know what? I cannot get rid of my picture right there, but you guys see the ADQD, right? So we already have the ADQD aligned to the downside. Now we're still in the positive number. The zero line usually is a very, very sensitive point. If we break it to the downside, then a retest as well, and then a continuation. But those are hypotheses, right? This is what we got right now. Now, why I did not take this demand? This demand is this demand breaking this pivot is not bad, but number one, my risk and reward ratio is not the best one. Number two, I know for a fact this is the best one. The 410 is already tested though, and we have the internals against. Sorry, I was talking to myself here, but I didn't take this because number one, this is the one solid one, right? The 410. Number two, I do not have the internals aligned in my direction. Certainly ADQD screaming back down. Now, this supply, I think, is gonna help me if I want to take this short. Right, like this point is key. Right here for a continuation. I need probably a move here and then a retest right there. If I want to be overly aggressive, but that's not my style, just taking a short of here. But tick chart is on the low side of the chart, so I wouldn't right there, right? It could work, but if tick chart was probably at the middle, like the zero line or something, but right now it's on the negative 166. So this can bounce to plus 200 and then it's gonna stop me out. And on top of that, I have this demand right in front of me. I have no risk and reward ratio. But it's creating, it is creating this, and it has this pivot where buyers stepped in several times. Here, 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 and now start to, it broke through and now started to reject to the downside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bracket order here, 1530, so I would say like here. There you go. And if I have an exhaustion here, if I have an exhaustion on the tick chart, meaning plus 400, close to the highs, then I will put the trade, but not as of right now. Patience is a trait that you need to have in trading. If you're not patient, you need to develop patience. So the overnight is holding still in all the markets. All four markets are holding above the overnight. There you go. So I'm having some exhaustion here. So
order submitted.
There you go.
Order filled.
And there you go. I'm short this thing. Let's see if we can have a push back down. Tick chart is certainly exhausted. My risk is very narrow. If I get stopped out, I understand. It was a confirmation, but the tick chart was there. There you go. I got stopped out. Now, one trade is just one drop in the bucket, right? Can I replace this trade? I certainly could. What time is this? Alright, I'm gonna wait for the 3-minute to close and then I'm gonna put the trade again. There you go, new 3-minute. Nice.
Order submitted.
There you go. So my trade is set. If we have some downside from here, there you go. So we don't. We blew this to the upside, okay?
Canceled.
That's fine. We have to understand we're trading into demand right here. And if we are going to continue the breakout, I rather come into the retest, which was this, right? This pivot, and we didn't have follow through. So dollar started to come down, but it's coming down to demand again. So let's see what we got here. So my next area as of right now is right here, 86. Now I think I might have made a mistake. I put a trade at, where was my fill? So my fill was 19, right? No, sorry, here it was at 20. 20, yeah, this thing closed at 20, right at the close. Yeah, I will have to wait for it. Like the trade is working. My stop was too tight. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Probably the area was more like, there you go, right? This, right? Oh, and I just had one account. Oh, I thought I had multiple accounts. Tools, Katana, group account settings. Oh, there we go. Shit, I didn't have it activated, so right now it's working. I need to check these settings often though. This pre-market area is fighting big time. I think it's fighting big time. but now that is being tested like 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times, I don't think it's gonna work, but we need to wait for it to get violated. Alright, so tick chart did not create a new high. This is the high, right? And look, this candle created a new high, but it wasn't like this high. What time was this? 10:12, and here 10:13. There you go. So this is the high. But what is key for me is this 10:20. Right, 10:20 is around here, and 10:21 went higher. There we go. Then 2022 was not going higher. There we go. I am -1. Yesterday was a -1 day. Monday was a +2 day. Could I risk a little bit more in this trade? Yes, I currently had. I currently, but would have made a difference. All right, 430, 438. No, I would have gotten stopped out anyway for more money, right? Another break. Let's see if we can have a nice breakdown. Actually, I did not have the group accounts. That's why this is showing 0, but I'm trading my real account. Should have been like -1 in this account too, but it wasn't. So there you go. Let's see if I can. So we broke this to the downside. Now, yes, this is the aggressive move that you gotta make. Right here. 93.07. Oh.
Order submitted.
Oh yeah. $285. If we can get a rejection to get to this point and the tick chart close to the 0 line, I'll put my order there. Tick to the zero line. Let's go. There you go.
Order submitted. Order failed.
All right, so this looks like it wants to hold. Let's see. All right, finally we can have some follow through. Let's follow through to the downside. Not really. The buyers are stepping in very strongly right here. And I do see the 1 minute just doing a stairway pattern. Let's see if we can break to the downside. There you go. So that's the break. Now I am close to 1-to-1. I want to see, now I have the overnight right there. So I think we can test the overnight and then assess what this thing is going to do. Tick chart is down to the extreme, but not creating a new low. So that's a sign to turn around. So I'm gonna move my stop. I'm at break even right now. I'm up 13, 14 points, but this can turn around at any time because of the tick chart. New 3 minute opened up. Let's see if we can have a continuation here. I mean, ADQD is close to the zero line. All right, so we are let's see here. Okay, we're breaking the overnight. Let's see the other markets. The RTY had a solid breakout to this downside. The NQ is holding right there. A lot of buyers are gonna step in the overnight. Right now I am 2-to-1. The overnight is usually a very sensitive point. Tick chart reject from there. That's not good. Let's see if we can have some continuation to the downside. New 7 minute open. Is a new 30 minute as well. Yeah, this thing is turning around. That's fine. Like I did expect that, but it's okay. Let's see if we can have a continuation to the downside. It's a new 30 minute candle. Tick chart is showing signs of a reversal, but I don't want to just close the trade because you never know what is going to happen. It's a probabilistic approach that you gotta take. Is they just take me out? It's okay. It's not okay because I was making almost 40 points, but it is what it is. There's no other thing that I could really do in this.
Stop failed.
Yeah, they stopped me out, break even. How much was I up in this trade? 34 points. That's close to 3 to 1. How much was I risking here? Yeah, it was like 2 to 1. Yeah, 2 and something. Yeah, psychologically you can make mistakes like the one that I just did. The overnight low, it's such an important point that I just didn't care about. That's not good. So I think that's gonna be everything for me today. I'm not even paying attention to the overnight low, especially on the 30-minute candle. On a new 30-minute candle. The chart was showing signs of reversal though. ADQD came to the 0 line. I just had too many factors against me, and I didn't account for them. It was a good trade. It's a very aggressive trade. It's a breakout and retest here. Boom. I really could have gotten 2, but I was aiming for a nice continuation. Like 5 probably, not like 4.5. Yeah, 4 and something. So it's okay. We'll try to do this better tomorrow. And with that, I'm gonna just wrap up this live. And see you all guys tomorrow for the pre-market. If you want me to do other contents or something, you can either put it on the chat, on the comments. I will try to create more content for you guys, okay? Have a nice day. Bye now.